572-0383 or 572-0215. REV-UP St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Harddrive brought to you the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we strive to bring you and your family the highest level of comfort, absolute satisfaction, and peace of mind during your most sorrowful time of need.
Our professional standards and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Rambali's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, her services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keyrings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Rambali's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you listening to us online at revupslu.com, on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, and also, I believe, DBS Television. Welcome to Harddrive for today, Friday. Okay, let's say good morning to the hostess, the co-host of the show, Lady J. Lady J, good morning.
Good morning, Andre. And also we have to say good morning to those listening to us and continue listening to us on 95.9.
Yes.
We mustn't forget them.
Yes. You see, that's why I say our listeners and our viewers. So that will encompass 95.9, those who are listening on online. You see, everything's, our listeners and to our viewers.
Everybody wants to know that, this part is for me and that part is for me.
Well, that's what you have for, Lady J, to pick, to make sure you have me well covered.
All right. I hear you. From now on, I will make sure.
Wonderful. Lady J, it's not often that people get their flowers while they're alive. Not very often. And you know how it is in St. Lucia already.
Yeah.
So this morning, Mr. Sylvester called What's on Your Mind, and he was congratulating you and saying how you're doing such a fantastic job here at REV-UP. And his words were, you found your niche. That's what he said.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sylvester. I appreciate that. Totally, I appreciate that. I mean, sometimes people just don't give you the opportunity, and I don't even think it's 3 months yet. I'm here, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Going on 2, I think. Officially.
It will be 3 months soon. Yeah. So yes. Nothing is hard. People make it seem hard. Nothing is hard, but you've got to understand what you're doing, and then it gets easier or more comfortable. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
And we've all been through that. We've all of us, because this kind of work is very
technical business going on.
Okay. I like the way you put it.
Technical.
Okay. And you have 2 hands. So you have 2 hands which you have to use. You have to use
your head going left to right.
You have equipment here, equipment there, equipment to the side, to the top. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So when you just come into the environment, it's a little challenging.
It's challenging. That's the word to use. Not that you don't know, but it's challenging.
It's challenging until you get used to it.
Yeah, until you get used to it.
When we first came on REV-UP, because remember I left Radio 100.
Right.
And of course the equipment operated was designed a particular way. So
it was easier, actually.
Say again?
It was easier.
What was that?
With Radio 100.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
For me, it was easier. I found everything was right in front of me. Because you have more. You have more. You have more here.
So what we have is not right in front of you, Lady J?
It's in front and it's on the left and it's on the right. Yeah. But over there, everything was in front of me because there were less.
So I was saying, imagine all my years of experience and everything. When we first came on, I was still fumbling, I was still making mistakes and so on. Yeah, because you're getting used to the equipment. Even if you're taught the thing, right? You practice, but you'd be surprised by the time you turn your back and you go and do your business and you come back and say, hey, what is that again for? What is that for? So you notice something here. For example, on all these
Knobs.
well, we have the knobs and we have what we call pots, right? So we have main microphone, guest microphone, CD player, or auto automation, PC1, PC2, right?
Call 1, call 2.
Yeah, you have laptop, all of them. You understand? You know why? Because if we didn't do it like that, we'd be lost.
Yeah.
Now I don't need to look at those things because I'm used to it right now.
Yeah.
When Zen came here for the first time, he was confused as well. You understand? Until you get used to it. So that's the thing. And I think sometimes our listeners and so on, they're a little impatient and they don't, cut you a little slack.
Yeah. Well, sometimes people want to compare you. And when it comes to anything, we can't be compared because I'm you and you are you. I'm me, and you are you. So we can't be compared. What you can say is, I like this person's style. I like this person's way about doing it or getting it done. But there ain't no way I'm going to be Andre, and there ain't no way Andre going to be me, or there ain't no way another female is going to be me or I'm going to be her. Besides, we both enjoy different music, so it ain't going to work. Not at all. Oh, Andre, you played a song this morning and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Hold on. I just want to make another quick point before we move on.
Yeah.
Our people sometimes in their enthusiasm to support or show, give encouragement and so on. Sometimes when they weigh in, they tend to be almost brutal in their defense.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I mention that. I'm always very, very careful with my words, what I say. Why? Because I know human beings, because I'm a human being, and I know words hurt. Right? Especially sometimes the way people say things and so on. And I know that when my friend, and I have to say friend because we've been friends for many, 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 many years. I'm talking about Gina. When Gina called the show and she said what she said, right? I tried my best to take a middle ground because she's my friend and also you are our employee. You understand? So the callers, they were brutal. Really, really brutal. And I think Gina took it really, really hard, to be honest with you, because she has not been calling the show as often as she used to. I think the last time she called was when we had I think it was the Valentine's special. That's the last time that she called. So I know Gina took that really, really, really hard. I'm sorry, Gina, but that's the way some of us are. We express ourselves that way. We don't remember that people have feelings, and we're not careful with what we say and how we say what we're saying. Okay, so I just thought I should mention that. So you were saying about a song I played this morning?
Yes, Andre. No comment on what you just said.
No need to comment.
No
need to comment. So,
yeah.
And
I always say thank you to the listeners.
What about the song now?
Yes, I had to write it down so that I can remember. Young Hearts Run Free.
Oh, Candy Staton.
Yeah, man. Andre, that's a beautiful song. And if people...
Did you go whole hubby again and tell him, let's dance?
No, I was walking actually. Andre, you played that about, 20 past 7? Or somewhere there?
Yeah, around that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I
was walking. Yeah.
That's when I have what they call the according to Tony, the old school jams.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of the show. As strange as that might sound, that's my favorite part of the show where I play those old school jams.
So why do you only play 2? If it's your favorite part, you're supposed to play 30 minutes of that.
Oh, wow.
Two songs.
No way. I can't be selfish.
You dropped. Both of them were good. But Young Hearts Run Free. Andre and I always say people must listen to the lyrics of the song.
Yes.
This is a song where it starts with a lot of heartbreak. And in the end, the woman more or less gets out of whatever she was going through and is strong and can move away and everything. And people should listen to the song. It's a beautiful song.
It is. It certainly is.
Beautiful song.
And
perfect lyrics.
And you're so right about that. And I find a lot of songs these days don't really have that kind of story.
They don't have a storyline.
Yeah, you're just wondering blah, blah, blah. What the heck is going on there. You know what I mean? It's just, but the music is good.
The music is good.
So I enjoy
the lyrics good. Everything about it.
Yeah.
Andre, remember I said that some time ago. The songs of yesteryear, you didn't just listen to the music, but there was a story to it.
Yes.
The songs now, it's about the music. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's about the music.
Yeah. Vibes Cartel. Vibes Cartel has a song. Now it's just basically nastiness. Okay, it's just pure nastiness. But boy, he has an infectious beat in that song. Infectious beat.
But I told you that
I take the clean version, and I don't play it on air. When I'm out playing, I play the clean version because it has this infectious beat, and no matter how I play it, young and old, they're dancing to it
on the floor.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same thing as I said to you right here on Harddrive when I was teaching and I was playing the song, and my daughter said to me, "Mommy, you can't play that." I said, because I never listened to the lyrics. I was playing the song for the rhythm, step class, and so on, and it's got a really good beat.
Infectious. That's the word. It's infectious.
So I can imagine sometimes the dance hall or the what we call the reggae songs, they're good for step, and you play that, and you don't realize that when some of the clients who come to the gym, they're into it, and they're like. And you have to end up saying, sorry, let's just finish the song. I won't play it again.
Yeah. So anyway, let me just take care of some house chores, and then we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
The menu for today at the Thomas of Bread place is seasoned rice, ground provisions, fig salad, stewed pigtail, barbecue chicken wings, curried goat, black-eyed peas, tossed salad, and sauce with cucumber salad. A lot of stuff to choose from today, folks, at the Thomas of Bread place. Seasoned rice, ground provisions, fig salad, stewed pigtail, barbecue chicken wings, curried goat. I got a taste of that curried goat last weekend, and that was knocking.
Really?
The curried goat. Oh, man. It was divine. Yeah, black-eyed peas, my grandmother's favorite peas, black-eyed peas. Every time I read about black-eyed peas, I remember my grandmother. She loved them. I didn't like it back in the day, but I made myself get to like it, and I love it now. Yeah, black-eyed peas. Yeah, tossed salad and sauce with cucumber salad. All right?
Yeah.
And remember to try
Sauce, nice.
the wide variety of CMOS beverages, which include the all-new blueberry flavor, coconut, ginger, peanut and peanut punch, and regular flaxseed and chia seed CMOS with milk or without milk. All righty? Okay, so that's what's happening at the Tomaso Bread place today. And you know what I'm going to do right now?
Go to Texas. Yeah, good morning, Texas.
That's
yeah,
exactly
how
right.
you doing?
Don't forget the Good Friday Lucian breakfast. I really, really hope we in St. Lucia can get to that point where we're able to go and enjoy those things on a Good Friday.
Who say we don't? We just can't have all the excitement of loud music and so on. I think we still get that.
Well, I don't know. You must tell me where I can get the
in Groseley.
The Good Friday. Oh, really? They actually have it up there on Good Friday?
Some people. I'll keep that to myself. When I find out, I'll tell you.
Okay, please.
But I know
please.
last year, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I think I'd enjoy that. So Good Friday Lucian breakfast, that's in the Baytown community of Texas. And they're going to be taking place on the 3rd of April. You can get your roast and fried bakes, mahi-mahi, saltfish, smoked herring, your salad, tomatoes, lettuce, and cucumber salad. Also Accra. Yes,
my
Accra.
favorite, yeah.
And cocoa tea and lime squash.
Did you have cocoa tea today, Andre?
No, actually, I didn't. I had something else.
What you had?
Yeah, ginger with ginger leaves with soursop. Soursop leaves. Yeah, so that's what I had for my tea this morning. Okay, so
you mean fresh or
yeah, fresh. Hey, freshly made. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Hey, freshly made. Okay. You jealous?
Who's so good to you, Andre?
Jealous?
Who is so good to you?
Oh, that's Brenda, my very good friend Brenda. Brenda makes a great cocoa tea, these natural teas and so on. I mean, Brenda does a lot of stuff at that little place you see she has there. She's been there for many, many years. Yeah, I think you know what that is. Just where the former police headquarters used to be there, next to the Dupal company on Bridge Street. She has
Andre, you mean you go to town before you come back up here?
Yes, man. How you mean?
Andre, how much sleep you get?
Not much.
You could imagine.
Not much.
Wow, Andre.
That's a fact.
Wow.
Not much.
By the way, I walked this morning and I was in orange and black.
Oh, you
and
were?
I walked in here and I realized you are in orange. Yeah.
Yes,
Looks good on you.
Thank you very much. At least I get a little compliment.
Well, you never know.
It's just rare for me to get those things. So let me soak that in. Let me soak that in. Okay.
All right,
so
then.
don't forget to check out Stilton's Rub. And these days people are calling her. Oh, I'm so happy for her. People are calling left, right, and center for their rub. One thing, boy, Lady J, our St. Lucian people, we believe in our rub. I can tell you that, right?
Yeah. I'd really like to get it.
You'd be surprised, right? What we consider to be highly intelligent people, they're into that thing. I know some people, boy, they'll go for miles to get the rub, and not just the one, the fiction, but they actually, for somebody to give them the real rub,
Yeah,
if you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
There are lots of people who believe in this thing. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I'm telling you, it really, really does help. When you have somebody who gives you are in some pain, and somebody uses a fixture on you or whatever, or in my case, I love olive oil, right? And you get a nice massage there. Man, that makes you feel really, really good. Yeah, it really eases the pain. I think King Solomon said 2 hands are better than one, and that's true. That's true.
You don't want the octopus, right?
Imagine when I'm bathing, I have to take my hand and try my best to get to my back, get to the middle and so on there, right? Try and, right now.
Andre.
Tale. I know you're going already.
No,
I know
I'm
you're
not
going
going
already.
anywhere.
I know you're going
Go,
already.
you go.
So I'm just saying, right? Just to endorse what King Solomon said, 2 hands are better than one. So if I had another 2 hands, that'd be nice. I just have to relax myself and enjoy the good times.
Okay.
So now I'm listening to you now. What are you about to say?
I was simply saying, Andre, you can buy a brush and the brush can do that work for you. I wasn't even going where your mind was going.
Oh, you're lucky.
See?
You're lucky.
Your mind was going somewhere else. Andre, in fact, maybe I need to look for that brush and gift you that brush. Andre, it comes in handy, you
Can
know.
it hold soap?
Yes. That's what it's for.
It can?
Yeah. To, where you can't go, where you can't get.
I use what do I call it, like a loofah. That's what I use.
Yeah,
it's just
it's
to get
softer.
just to get into those troublesome
But does it have a
spots.
stick?
No.
Exactly. No. Some of these loofahs have the stick as well.
Okay.
But they're a bit softer.
All right.
Or some of them are too rough. But the brush, the bristles are really nice. So it gives you. It feels like somebody actually. Or it feels like a scrub on your back when you're doing it.
And by the way, folks, a lot of us we forget those little parts on our body.
Yeah.
We forget to do the
middle
back,
of your back,
the shoulders. We forget to do behind the ears.
Right.
As a matter of fact.
Right.
And funny enough, kids know that. Kids know that very, very well. They will take it, put their finger there, go put it in your nose.
Who does that? Ooh.
Kids do that. Yeah, it's true. So they know. So I'm saying, as an adult, remember when we take in a shower, remember those areas,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I know some of us rely on the Q-tip to get the inside and so on, but the outside is also very important. So you take the spot, whatever it is that you have, and you do the outside of the air. Just the outside.
The doctor don't want you to put the Q-tip in your
I
ear.
didn't say put it. I just said take the thing. I'm saying to clean the outside of the air.
With the Q-tip?
Like with a whatever, a rag or whatever. Okay? Right? So all because you have the wax kind of like sips outside of the air sometimes, and it doesn't leave a nice smell, taste, etc.
And even with us women or men who wear earrings, you have to kind of take them out. And Andre, when I was small, I didn't used to take that out until you go.
Exactly. Then you realize.
So you have to take it out 2 days or 3 days.
I agree.
And clean it because it has its own odor, especially if you are using brass jewelry. I don't know, for some reason it has a stronger odor.
Yes, it's true. It's really, really true. Boy, what a responsibility God has given us, to take care of this body. Yeah, that's
otherwise,
my gosh,
Andre,
man.
Otherwise, we won't live very long if we don't.
That's true.
We won't live very long. Andre, before you go on, I want to say...
did I give Silton's number? I don't think I did. Let me just give it again.
Yeah.
Okay, so Silton's Rub, 716-8018. 716-8018. 716-8018. Call Silton to get her rubs, all right? Okay, yes, you're saying...
One of the things I don't think we said, we didn't say it's Friday.
Oh, yes, for sure it is.
Andre, this week went by so quickly. It is Friday already, Andre.
Yes.
I wish I could sleep in late on tomorrow, but I can't.
Well, I'll be doing that for sure.
Good for you. I got to check on my mom, so I can never, I have to get up early. This morning I was up like 4:45 in her room already. So I got to check on her, see how she's doing,
Yeah, that's extremely important for me on a weekend. The Saturday morning, I want to stay in that bed for a little while.
Yeah.
Because every day I'm up basically 3 o'clock, 3:15, 3:30, I'm up already.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have to go to sleep like maybe sometimes 11 for that matter. Sometimes even later than that, because since I've been working on putting the songs on the laptop, man, I go to sleep late.
So you didn't want my mind to go anywhere when you said sometimes even later than that. Got you now. Got you now, Andre. Got you now, Andre.
You're spending too much time around me,
Got you now, Andre. Got you now.
Touche. Okay, anything you want to mention before we move
Andre,
on?
I want to say hello to a couple of people, and I want to also talk about something we spoke about. In walking, I told you about the guys who, the vendors, partners, Sophie and Wayne. sell the coconut right opposite Marcy supermarket.
Okay.
Rodney Heights. So I want to say good morning to them because, Andre, I went on my walk this morning and came to them and I had no cash on me, Andre. And I got 2 bottles of the coconut water and jelly, and they told me you could drop it. That's when you trust people because they see me walking all the time. Plus, what they said is when I called out Cornelia, remember when I called out Cornelia working at the cell the last time for assisting me? It so happens that Wayne, Cornelia's mother, is related to Wayne.
Oh, wow. Imagine that.
Yeah. And so his girlfriend is telling her, that's the girl on the radio station. And I'm right there, you know. So, yeah, I met 2 lovely people, Sophie and Wayne, and they listened to REV-UP St. Lucia.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah. But because he's so busy, she listens more. So, you know, they were thinking, is that her? Is that her? So, Andrea, I'm right there, and they're discussing. So let me say good morning to them.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. And also, yesterday I had to go and bring my phone, Andre, to the cell. So I want to say hello to, good morning, and thank you again to Keyshawn. He was really good to me.
So they were able to fix it?
Nope, Andre.
Okay, what happened? You had to buy one for $3,000?
No, I'm not buying one yet. Remember I told you I just used the one I was using when I go to America on vacation. I'm just using that one right now because there's nothing wrong with that one. I mean, I would like to upgrade, but they can fix it, yes. But it will cost the screen $350. Andre, I'll change my screen. When I changed my screen before, remember when we were walking once and the phone fell? It also went black. I changed the screen, but I think it was about $200 then. Because this phone is 4 years, Andre. It also needs an upgrade. So it was okay to switch to that one. Yeah. So,
all right.
Yeah, I'll get an upgrade.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and Andre, I want to talk about, remember we spoke about the signage? I really want to talk about that because we spoke about the importance of signage. And there is signage when you're coming out of, I'm not mentioning the hotel, but everybody will know when we are driving what is considered now the Julian R. Hunt Highway. That first hotel we come to, there's a sign, no right turn, Andre, because you're supposed to come out of the hotel and head up. Go in any gap you want to and head back down if you're going north, if you're going southbound. But Andre, what's happening is those people are coming out of that hotel and want to go southbound all the time. Andre, where are the police? The police need to be around there because it is irritating, Andre. And if there's one thing I will not do is to stop for them because I know it is not right.
Yes, you're right.
But, Andre,
You're right.
yesterday when I was going up, traffic was extremely heavy, backed up, right? And I understand it's backed up, but the law is the law and the rules are the rules and follow them. Whether it's backed up or not, you've got to go up before you come down, right? And it's time we learn that because in Barbados and other countries, when that's done, that's what you have to do. Follow it. Spring Garden Highway, there's no way you can jump over. You got to go all the way up, come back down. Anyways, this 25-seater, there was a car in front of me. And you remember, it's 2 lanes. So he's got to cut across 2 lanes before he can go southbound, continue. And Andre, when the car shifted a little bit, I was right behind the car. He just pushed his front, almost hit me. Because it was like, I'm not going to give you space. This is not what I'm going to give space for. You are supposed to go up, not down. So I don't do that. Neither do I, Andre. I don't know if you do that. I don't always stop for persons who jaywalk. I don't. It depends on where you are doing it. But I don't always stop for persons who jaywalk. Because I do recall one doing that on Spring Garden Highway, and the man lost his life. So I keep all of these things in mind because I would hate to know I am the cause of it, meaning that I gave you the opportunity. Yes, you have to look right and left and right again. But what I'm saying is I gave you the opportunity to cross, and there's this car that comes and knock you and kill you. I wouldn't want to be that person. It will always be on my mind. So, Andrea, we really need to talk about that. And traffic, cops need to follow through on that. The sign is there. And the signs have been there, not just this hotel, but the previous one and the previous one. No right. It's left turn, but they insist coming out. And all cars have to stop for them because if a car is coming out and the car don't stop, we're stuck because they're blocking us.
You're right. You're absolutely correct.
Totally ridiculous.
I know. But the thing is that we are sorry to say that, boy, a bunch of lawbreakers. I put myself in it. We're just a bunch of lawbreakers. And we just take these risks. I don't know why we do that. We just like to go against the grain. When you get to the northwest on the highway,
Yeah.
say you're heading up
Fiji.
north, right? And you get to northwest. Now, there's a no right turn there. If you're heading up north, you're not supposed to make that right
there?
turn. Pardon?
There's a no right turn
Yes,
if you're going to
you're not
Northwest?
supposed to be doing that.
Oh, well, thank
Okay?
goodness. I haven't seen that.
If you come out of northwest, you're not supposed to make a right turn to go up north. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to head down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's too dangerous.
Well, I have not seen that, and thank
It's too
goodness I haven't done
dangerous.
it. But when I'm driving down there,
So yesterday,
I must check that.
I was driving behind a guy, and he was making the right turn to go into the northwest area there, right? And when I say northwest, you know what I'm talking about, right?
So you're going into where traffic is now?
No, I'm asking. Do you know when I say northwest? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Northwest, the building.
Oh, so you know? Okay, good.
Yeah, the building.
So traffic was held back because he was waiting for the vehicles that are heading down south.
Exactly.
Right, so he can make the right turn.
Exactly.
You're not supposed to do that.
Well, Andre, I must look at it again because I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I haven't done it,
yeah.
but I didn't know that.
If you're coming out of northwest, you're not supposed to make a right to go onto the highway.
Okay, you're
supposed to
coming
go
out of
down.
northwest, so you can either go northbound or southbound. So
No, you cannot go northbound if you're
No,
coming out
I'm
of
saying if you're coming out, you can either go. But the rule is to only do, what is it? You can only
There's
do
not
what if you're coming out?
There's not either. If you're coming out of northwest, you're not allowed, right, to go make a right turn to go up.
To go north.
To go up north, right.
That's what I'm asking because I see people doing it all the
They
time.
do.
So I didn't know there was a sign.
That's the point I'm making.
And there is a sign you said?
That's the point yes, there is there.
Okay, well,
that's the point I'm making.
then-
You're not supposed to be doing those things, right? But as I said, we're just a bunch of lawbreakers.
And when
We like to
people
go
change,
against the grain. Listen, as I said to you, when I say we, I do take my chances, once in a while. But it's a chance that I know it's highly unlikely,
There are no
that
vehicles.
that
So
some accident will happen if I take that chance
I
right
got
there.
you.
And I spoke about it already.
Yeah,
Like I
I
said,
got
early in the
you.
morning,
Yeah,
I can
no
see clearly there's no vehicle coming. I'll just take a little chance,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I'm talking about when traffic is heavy to
someone
deliberately
wants to do
going
it.
against, the rules of the road. But anyway,
funny somebody would do that. Traffic is right there in the next building.
when you say
Colonial House. To me, that's where they are. Traffic department.
oh,
Yeah, to me, that's where they are now.
that's interesting. What you're saying?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so talking about lawbreakers and so on, I read a sad story, real sad story. Somebody messaged me last night telling me about another homicide that happened, but there were very, very few details. So I remember I said to the person, by tomorrow morning I should hear what had happened. So true to form, apparently this is a young person, 29 years old, with an 11-month-old baby, all right, and an unborn child as well. And he was the 15th homicide in St. Lucia for the year. Yeah, so they didn't give much detail as to exactly what had happened. I don't know, to be honest with you. It was more about the family and how devastated the family is and how will the family move on, especially now you have an 11-month-old baby and also an unborn child. She's
my. Wow.
on the way.
Sad.
Yeah, really sad, really sad. Again, here we go. So we just taking matters into our own hands. No
Yeah.
pamele, we just against the system. And I understand the system. It has its issues. It is slow. In fact, the Prime Minister was giving some statistics talking about the backlog of cases. And he said there are over 1,000 cases, right, which are still pending. These are people who are there waiting for justice. It's awful. It's terrible. So a lot of people now get turned off by that. They get turned off by the system. But albeit, right, the law still says you're not supposed to take things into your own hands. That's what it says. So you have to find another way of dealing with your problems. I remember, I've spoken about this already. I was talking to a young man who found himself in some trouble. He did some some foolish things. One thing led to another, and every act he did was carried a charge. So he did one act and another one and another one and another one.
And that piled up.
And these were things now that were affecting, involving my son, Zen at the time. Right. Okay. And I remember I was there and I said to him, why didn't you go to the police? If you felt aggrieved or whatever the case may be, why didn't you go to the police? He said to me, that's too easy, man.
What?
That's too easy.
What do you mean?
In other words, the person will get off scot-free. That's what he's saying.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that too easy. In other words, the individual that he's angry at will not feel his wrath, or he feels that the system will not behave in such a way to send a message to him now that you are really paying. You're really paying for what you did. He said, "That too easy, man." That's what he said to me.
And so, what did he do in the end? What did he do? That's why he obviously ended up in jail or whatever eventually.
No, he wasn't in jail.
Okay.
Yeah,
because
I could have filed the charges at that time because he just went way overboard, and he realized he was wrong, but he didn't care. He didn't care at the time. I haven't seen this young man in a long time, so I don't know if. I hope he's all right. Okay, so folks, that's the sort of thing we live in our the trail of our actions, hurt family members, pain, suffering. People now have to pick up the pieces. It has nothing to do with them. And I always talk about the financial costs of those things.
Yeah.
The average family is not prepared for this sort of thing. So now who's going to take care of this 11-month-old baby boy? And of course the unborn as well, right? I'm sure like anything else, a lot of these families are struggling. They're just struggling to make ends meet.
Not only that, is she going to have the strength to carry that unborn child after this? I mean, it's going to be hard, Andre.
No, she's going to have to. She's going to have to. Yes. So now let's hope that the family can get together, that they can really, really, give us support and so on, and be there. Yeah. And that's the thing. That's why you see, it's always good to maintain good family relations.
Always, Andre. Put them first.
Yeah.
No matter what. I always say that.
You don't know what's coming tomorrow. You have no idea. In the amount of people who don't talk to their family members, but you don't know what's coming. I'm always saying that.
And Andre, the time when they really get upset with each other and they part ways is when one member passes away and there is a will. I have never seen that.
Or maybe there's not a will too.
Okay. Yeah, it was. Or maybe you had left the executor as one of the family members, and that particular executor that you left is the horrible one.
Yes.
So that one is not sharing. Yeah.
So, Lady J, talking about horrible, we have some horrible administrations in this world today. I think the Trump administration is a horrible administration. I think the Israeli administration, the ones that are there right now, Benjamin Netanyahu and his gang, they're horrible. These are horrible administrations. They do what they feel like doing and they don't care. All they care about is themselves. That I am okay. I don't care about you. I don't care who dies, who doesn't die, who pay, who doesn't pay. I just want to know that I'm all right. You know how important bridges are? Bridges. You know how important bridges are? I mean a literal bridge. That can spell the difference between traffic jam or people being unable to move from one community to one point to the other. Bridges are very, very important. So, in Lebanon, Israel now is dealing with Hezbollah. Now, Hezbollah, they support the Palestinian cause. The same would apply for Iran. They support the Palestinian cause. And they are being targeted now because of this war with Iran. Because these people, I can tell you something, that's not like us in the Caribbean. You see Cuba now going through their rough time, and we're just there on the sidelines watching what's going on. We can't speak, we can't say anything. We don't even want to even give a little assistance, humanitarian assistance, because we don't want to offend the bullies of this world. But not these people. These people understand what family is all about. They understand what friendship is all about. They also understand what their faith is all about. The Houthis have taken licks from the United States, from Israel, licks. They say, we don't care what you do, right? Our faith says, you help a brother who is in need. That's the way the people roll. So Hezbollah is firing rockets there at Israel, even if Israel comes and just lashes them left, right, and center. So far, Israel has killed there in Lebanon over 900 people killed, including 111 children.
Oh, my.
Okay? Remember what happened there in Iran? Now, you know, there are people who listen to this sort of thing, and because they support Israel, because they support the United States, these things, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You can kill as many Lebanese as you want. It doesn't matter, right? Once you see you don't kill Americans, you don't kill Israelis. If you kill an Israeli, that's a precious soul. It's a precious soul. You kill an American, that's a precious soul. You understand? Anybody else can die. No problem. Okay? Right. So, Israel now.
Don't forget your opinion, Andre.
Yes, of course. Wait. What's my opinion?
What you're saying there, yeah, that's how you view it. That's how you see it. About the soul.
Okay, well, let me ask you.
No, don't ask me. I don't want to get into that.
No, but you saying about my opinion, so I was going to ask you a question.
I know how people are going to comment on it, so I'm just saying that's your opinion. That's what you see, that's what you view, and that's what you're going to talk about. And I'm listening.
Okay,
yes, Andre.
lovely.
Mm-hmm.
So, those monsters that comprise the Israeli government, so they see nothing better to do than to just bomb bridges, because they say Hezbollah is taking rockets and stuff and passing in those areas and so on. Now, maybe Hezbollah is doing that for true. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. That's what they say. Although I do believe anything that those people say, I don't believe them. I just do not believe them. I'm not going to believe people who can kill children. Think about it, Lady J. If somebody murders children, when that person tells you something, you want to believe somebody like that? No.
First of all, I hope I never meet that person.
Well, they're around. They're around. A whole bunch of them are around on the world stage. Okay? So when Israel comes with their stories, I don't believe a word of it. Right? So they bombing the bridges and so on. Now, let's just assume, I have a problem with Hezbollah doing that for true. Before I take that action to, destroy bridges, and by the way, they've been doing worse in Iran there. And they're boasting, we did that on our own. They were hitting Iran there, I think some oil facility or whatever it is that they have there. They don't care. They just do not care. They just want to let them have it. Now, they're saying that the war is going to be over in Iran. That's what they're saying. But the Iranians are saying it ain't over. So we shall see what happens.
Yeah.
We shall see what happens. Nonetheless, I'm just talking about the techniques, what these people do to get their point across. They do not care. You have to ask yourself, if I destroy those bridges, yes, it's true. Maybe Hezbollah is doing what they're saying they're for true, right? Sorry about that. Maybe so, right? But if I do that, that means these other people's lives are going to be
stranded.
Yeah, they can't move about. They can't go from A to B because I'm destroying all the bridges. These people are awful. These people are on another level. Okay? And of course, they have the United States, they're supporting them. Now, let me tell you something.
People who think they're in charge.
Yeah, these people are not nice people. There's a guy called Joe Kent. He's the head of what they call counter-terrorism agency in the U.S. His name is Joe Kent. And he now a strong supporter of Donald Trump, very strong supporter of Donald Trump. So he came out and he said that Iran, that's what he said, that's the U.S., the Trump administration's top counter-terrorism official. His name is Joe Kent. And folks, remember that name. So he said that Iran posed no immediate threat to the United States. He came out and said that. And he resigned. He said he cannot in all good conscience be working for that administration, knowing that what they're doing there is not right.
Good.
There's no need for that war to be taking place there.
Bravo to him.
Okay? But Trump thought he'd have an opportunity to be a star boy. That's what it's all about. So, guess what? As soon as the guy came out and said that, the FBI is investigating him.
Of course, Andre. Because he's
Can you believe that?
down. So
Can you believe that?
Trump has to say, do this.
They're going to take this guy to the cleaners, They're going to take him to the cleaners. All the while, FBI is not investigating Joe Kent. But because he said now that war, right, what the United States is saying that Iran posed an imminent threat, he said that is not true. So now they're investigating him now, right? They say for leaks, as though he was leaking information to maybe the enemies of the United States. Yeah. I just try and show you the kind of people that we're dealing with. The kind of people we're dealing with. And by the way, did you hear the kind of language Trump was using to describe Gavin Newsom? Did you hear?
Yeah, I heard.
He's calling Gavin Newsom Gavin Newscom. That's what he's calling him. And the man has a dyslexia issue, and Trump is making fun of that.
Well, he did that in the. You remember when he spoke about persons with disabilities?
Yes.
And he actually
he was mocking the person. Yeah.
His previous term, he was doing that. Andre.
Yes.
I mean, so that does not surprise me.
And imagine he's actually admitting that what he's saying there is a horrible thing. Let me just quote him, right? He's talking about Gavin Newsom and his dyslexia condition. He says, honestly, I'm for all people with learning disabilities, right? But not for my president. So in other words, anybody with a learning disability should not be president of the United States, right? He says, I don't want the president should have learning I don't want I don't know what I think the president should have learning disabilities. I know. Hear what he's saying. I know it's a highly controversial to say such a horrible thing. He's admitting that.
Why are you saying it? Yeah.
He's admitting that.
And if the man has reached so high, why would he think that his dyslexia is a problem? Obviously, the man has probably gotten over that. Lots of people go through that, Andre.
He said everything about the guy is dumb. Everything about Gavin Newsom is dumb.
He seemed more someone with it.
But here the response of Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom called him grandpa's talking about himself again. Right?
There you go.
And he said Trump should go and seek some mental treatment.
There.
Okay?
Good.
Right?
Good
He says that I spoke about my dyslexia. I know that's hard for a brain dead moron. Right? Hear that? Who bombs children.
Good clap back.
And protects pedophiles. That's what Gavin Newsom said?
Yeah.
You know the Epstein files, right? That's what he's talking about. And you know the bomb the children thing he's talking about? That's the bombs that he gave to Israel to bomb Gaza and to kill, I think they say close to, I understand, is 30,000 children or more. Bombing them left, right, and center.
Perfect.
This is a horrible person. Horrible. Horrible. And by the way, folks, a United Nations watchdog has warned, right, that racist hate speech, a United Nations watchdog has warned that racist hate speech used by President Donald Trump.
They called it that, right?
They said it has fueled human rights violations, right? Because he's talking about these people are seeking asylum and so on, right? He says that it's portraying them, the migrants, as criminals, as a burden, right? As a burden. And other things that they were highlighting, they say about the derogatory and dehumanizing language that portrayed migrants, asylum seekers, and refugees as criminals. That's what this man is doing. And they're telling him, now, so you know what he did? They just dismissed a report, saying it's useless. Yeah, he just dismissed it. It's useless. But they mentioned him, right? Let me read it. A United Nations watchdog has warned that racist hate speech used by U.S. President Donald Trump and other U.S. politicians. So I tell you, there's a gang that's there, a gang. Boy. We're really in some kind of times which I never thought we would ever get to that stage.
Sorry, I had to put it to charge.
Okay, so there's something final I want to talk about. I think it's going to take the rest of the show.
Before you do that, let me just say, okay, go ahead, Andre.
Go ahead. What would you like to say?
Consuelo will be here today at 12 to talk about the upcoming regional auditions. So she'll be here and will also be on Facebook. So please check back at 12 o'clock for our interview with Consuelo.
Alrighty.
Yes.
I haven't seen her in a while, though.
Well, if you still
I may be around. I may be around at that time. No, but it's something important that we need to talk about. It's really, really important. I want to talk about the 2026 World Happiness Report. Okay? There's a lot of information there. So let's just dissect it little by little. Okay? So on this latest report that was published on Thursday, which was yesterday, Sri Lanka has been ranked among the least happy countries globally. So they're now occupying out of 140 countries, because they survey 140 countries around the world. I don't know if that includes St. Lucia. I do not know. But anyway, Sri Lanka is at number 134 out of 140. So in other words, if you want to be if you are all the way down there, that means you're not doing good.
Right.
If you're number one, number two, etc., that means you're doing super, super well.
Yeah.
So Sri Lanka now is at 134. That's where they rank. And hear that. Folks, we can learn a lot from these things. Sri Lankans are unhappy due to a deep, lingering economic crisis. So the economy ain't doing well. So you have bad governance right there. Significant political instability and poor quality of life, in which citizens face high inflation, shortages of food, fuel, and medicine, and a collapse in incomes. So you could just imagine what's going on in Cuba right now. Okay? Yeah. So those people must be really unhappy.
Possibly
because that's exactly what they're going through.
Yes.
That's exactly what they're going through.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and of course, that's what the United States wants, for them to be in that kind of situation. So, this is for the politicians. You want your people to be happy? Make sure the economy is doing well, because that's what you're there for. That's your responsibility. You're the one that's seeking public office. You want to be an MP, you want to be a minister. That is your responsibility. Remember I was talking to you about that. So you have to ensure that your people are happy. It spoke about a poor quality of life, right, in which the citizens are facing high inflation. So the more you can keep inflation down, it's better for you.
Yeah.
Okay? You must make sure
for the country.
Yeah. They make sure the whole issue of shortages of food, fuel, and medicine, right? All these things are important. Now, I think in those areas we're not doing too badly. Agree? In St. Lucia, we're not being too. We're all right.
Yeah.
Now, okay. So Sri Lanka now is ranked with these other countries now, like Ethiopia, Tanzania, Lebanon. We just spoke about Lebanon a while ago. They're going through all what these people cannot be happy because of what's happening. People bombing you every single day. Bombing. You can't be happy in an environment like that. Yemen, I spoke about the Houthis, right? These people are getting licked like crazy. Okay? And Afghanistan. And Afghanistan's problem is that they want to live a life back in the day. They want to bring back an old thing in a new time. That's what they want to do. So that cannot work. Anyway, so every year the World Happiness Report reveals where people feel most satisfied with their lives and where they don't. And it tells you the report ranks 147 countries using data from the Gallup World Poll, where respondents...
The what?
Gallup?
Gallup?
Yeah, Gallup World Poll. These are people that do polls and so on.
Yeah.
Where respondents score their lives on a scale of 0 to 10. The rankings are based on a 3-year average from 2023 to 2025, offering a more stable snapshot of global well-being. Finland, that's another country. Finland remains the happiest country in the world in 2026, holding the top spot for 9 consecutive years. Finland.
Okay, let's hear.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So Finland is ranked in the world's happiest countries due to a combination of high trust in public institutions, right? Strong social security, and low crime rates.
Excellent.
Remember I said to you, Finland, they don't even have jails. They don't even know what to do. They had built jails there like crazy. They didn't know what to do with jail. They had to shut them down. Remember I was saying to you that there are countries that are able to keep this down?
Yeah.
So it's not inevitable that we're having those issues that we're having. So, low crime rates. Key factors include, excellent education and healthcare. And healthcare.
That's right.
In other words, when you're in Finland, you most likely will get a good education. And if you're sick, you don't have to be doing like what my friend Silton is doing. Have to sell rubs and so on so she can go to travel to Martinique, because she has to pay for a plane ticket. She has to pay to stay at a hotel or guest house.
Or the hospital, you have to pay for that.
Exactly. You have if you're staying in the hospital, you have to pay for that as well. Okay, she may have to travel with somebody else. Who knows? We don't know.
Yeah.
All this costs a lot of money. So when you're in a place like Finland, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. Whatever your problem is, you go, you get that fixed, you're good to go. Head at a low stress work-life balance. Low stress. Now, the other day you said you're happy to work with us, right? I'm sure part of that reason is because it's not very, very stressful.
Nope.
Okay?
Nope.
All right. Good. Thank you very much. High gender equality.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good.
So men don't have any advantage over a woman or a woman over a man.
Yeah.
Right? You come with your qualifications.
As well. Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Available.
we're not showing any favoritism because
Correct.
you're this and that and the other.
As you would say, correct is right.
So high gender equality and a deep, accessible connection to nature. This morning we had a friend of mine who always calls Mr. Tame. He always calls the show. You know, we always talk about Cuba, we talk about the US and so on and so on. So on. And he was saying that, you know, he goes in his garden up to yesterday. He said he couldn't call yesterday because he was in his garden, right? This connection with nature, and he was talking about how that feels. He says it's such a different feeling when you're there doing his gardening and so on. And I was saying to him that Pastor Phil, he loves his gardening as well. He does. Okay? So a deep, accessible connection to nature, allowing residents to feel secure, free, and content. Now, free, I'm sure, could also mean your ability to speak out. Yeah.
Maybe that too.
Your ability to speak out and to speak freely once you're not breaking the law. you're not disrespecting
people. It could
people.
mean that too, as well as it could mean that the crime is so low that if you're in your garden, you are safe.
Well said.
Being in the garden.
Well said.
You know?
Well said.
Yeah.
So that's what Finland is all about. So they are the happiest country in the world for the 9th consecutive year.
Very
So
good.
again, the Nordic countries, you have Iceland, came in 2nd, Denmark came in 3rd, Sweden came in 5th, and Norway
Sweden is there.
came in
All
6th.
right.
Norway.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What about the top 10? Is that what they gave? Or the top 6? Do you have top 6 there?
Yes, this is the
Yeah.
top 6. So you have Costa Rica now. Costa Rica is a standout performer this year, climbing steadily from 23rd place in 2023 to 4th place in 2026, the highest ever ranking.
Wow.
That's Costa Rica.
That's a shift.
So Costa Rica is frequently ranked among the world's happiest countries, largely due to its cultural pure life philosophy, which emphasizes a slow, stress-free pace of life, a slow, stress-free pace of life, strong social connections, and community. The nation prioritizes family and well-being over material wealth, fostering a high quality of life.
Perfect.
Family, community, social connections.
And that's what we say all the time here. Very important. Yeah.
Now there's a however. There's a however. The 2026 rankings showed a notable absence of English-speaking countries, with none appearing in the top 10 happiest countries for the 2nd consecutive year. The United States ranks 23, all the way down. Now, let's face it, it's not bad
No.
to say it's 100 and something, because America is a rich country and they obviously enjoy certain things. But imagine one of the wealthiest countries in the world, one of the wealthiest and
be
most
in the top
powerful,
10.
exactly, most powerful countries in the world is at number 23. So you have little Sri Lanka and all those places there, Costa Rica and these places, right? Beating them clean, right? So the United States ranks 23rd. Canada is even lower, which is very interesting, 25th. Okay? And the United Kingdom is 29th.
Well, in recent times, remember the government. So, hey, you said that's from 2023 to 2025 survey, right? Exactly.
So in contrast now, I said about Afghanistan, they're at the bottom of the list at 147. Because remember they surveyed 147 countries. So Afghanistan is at the bottom of the list at 147. Remember I said to you, their main problem is that they're trying to take an old thing and to put it in a modern time. I feel very strongly about that, Lady J. And we've often spoken about that sort of thing. For example, right, we're living in the 21st century. And let's just talk about from our perspective. There's a lot of new music that all comes out, right? And the music is great. Yes, it's true. It has little issues as anything else. But for the most part, the music is really, really good. So imagine you're having a radio station. All you want to do is play music from the 50s and the 60s. That's all you're doing. You're not living in the times. Okay? So Afghanistan is trying to use what they call this Sharia law thing, bygone time, where women cannot do this. Remember, I spoke about some of it already?
Read that, yeah.
There are these countries that believe in this sort of thing. And I want to say that Jesus Christ...
That was the same country you're talking about where the man can beat the woman as long as he don't break bones?
That one is in Indonesia. But there's a certain part of Indonesia called Aceh. So these people are like kind of
I've been
separate.
to Indonesia. I can't believe, I didn't know that, Andre. I've been there, but I didn't know that.
But it's on the whole of the country. So
No,
that
but
like...
even if you travel, you would probably hear that about how they treat the women and so on. I didn't hear that. This
Right.
was news to me.
So that's like a society within a society. So they kind of branch off, and the government seem to be allowing them to do their thing.
Ouch.
So they're doing their thing, and that's why they come with these stupid laws and so on about women not supposed to be doing that. A woman's testimony is worth half a man's testimony. What a man can beat a woman as long as he doesn't break her bones. What kind of foolishness? That's an old bygone time. Now Jesus Christ.
I don't even think that was ever a law to beat up a woman. I don't even think so, Andre. People probably just did that. I don't think that was a law.
Yeah,
Do you think so?
these people had their thing back in the day. Let me tell you something. Women were not allowed to do so many things.
Yeah, but not beat up. Beat them?
What do you mean? But if the women are seen like nothing, right? Imagine. I think in is it Afghanistan that a woman cannot go out in public if her family members that doesn't accompany them and things.
Yeah, and if you don't cover up as a Muslim and all these things. I know these.
So I want to make a point there. I'm saying Jesus Christ spoke about that already. The Pharisees wanted to live under Moses' law. Just like in St. Lucia, there are these denominations, right, that want to live under Moses' law. And Jesus Christ said to them, you cannot take something that is old and want to stamp it in a new environment. He spoke about taking old wine and putting in new wine. He said it'll burst. It doesn't work. And you know there are denominations like that in St. Lucia that want to take an old thing that's gone a long time ago. Yes, there's certain aspects of it. You understand? There's certain aspects that you can still use. Like I said to you, for example, part of our format includes playing the old songs. You understand? So there's some aspects of it that you can hold on to. No problem.
Because there are people that want to listen to some music of yesteryear, Andre.
Right, I don't say no.
So you still have to cater for them.
Exactly. Yeah. But you cannot be doing, and that's all you're doing, just catering for a bygone time because it's so nostalgic. It reminds you of those good old days and this sort of thing. So you see the problem there, right? So they're at the bottom of the list there, right? Along with Malawi, 145, and Sierra Leone, 146. Head all affected by conflict. All affected by conflict. Fighting for whatever reason that may be. You're fighting. The best thing is to have peace. And we can take that and use that to describe our personal life. How much peace, right, do we have? Or how much conflict is in our life? You know, some of us seem to thrive on that, on conflict. Yeah. They must have a fight. Yeah. They must have a row. Must have an argument about something. Shaklea. So you see,
true, Andre.
these folks, these countries are at the bottom of the list because there is conflict. You cannot be happy in that kind of environment.
True.
So let's take these things, and learn some lessons for ourselves. You want to be happy? Strive for peace.
That's right.
Okay?
Strive and think before you act. Let's put it that way. Think before you act. A lot of them don't, Andre. A lot of them hear, let's say, a conversation. They don't even hear the full conversation and they already start to act on it. That's one. Two, people are arguing. You step in at the right time. Don't step in when it's too hot because they're going to turn on you. Little things like that. Peace.
It's beautiful. Peace.
Yeah, I love it, Andre.
It's a beautiful thing.
I love it, Andre. Andre, when I go to the supermarket, I think that's the only time. When I go to the supermarket, I'm doing my stuff. And, that's something else, but it's still part of what we're talking about. And somebody wants to jump through the line. Andre, I may have 10 items. Maybe I have more than that. And you have 2 items. How do you know I'm not in a hurry as well? So why you want to jump the line? Why can't you just stay and,
Yes.
Andre, I would never ask someone, even if I want to, I would never ask, can I go in front of you?
I agree with you.
But if you ask me, of course, I'm happy to go in front of you. Are you sure?
And that is such a rare thing, right? Because I'm at the supermarket fairly often. I'd have 2 items in my hand, for example, right? And there's a person loaded.
Yeah.
I mean, they can see you just have 1 item. Instead of saying to you, okay, you
go
can
before me. Yeah.
And honestly, I'm not trying to boast or anything. I do it. I see somebody with a couple of items. I say, no, go ahead. They tell you, sure? Yeah, go right ahead. Right? It's just a couple of items.
Yeah.
But no, you have to wait.
Yeah. I'll never forget when I was living in Antigua, this man came. I had 4 items. The man had 2 items. The man is asking me to go in front.
Because he had 4.
No, but hear that. I have my child with me. I have 4 items. You have 2 items. You ask me. So I look at him. I say, you have 2 items. I have 4 items.
And you have
my
a child.
daughter with me. And you want to go in front of me? What's the difference in the 4 items and the 2 items? We'd probably be out of there at the same time. I just looked at him. No, Andre, seriously. I just looked at him up and down and said, gee. Come on. I want to get out of here. I have my child with me. I want to get out. By the way, in case anybody say anything, no, I didn't let him pass. I didn't. I just looked at him. No, if I had a lot, I would think too, because I want to get out of the supermarket. But Andre, that's one place that I think drives me up the wall. Going to the supermarket for things like that.
Yes.
When I get when I'm moving around the aisles, I'm good. But when I get to the cash,
you and sometimes you get these unlucky things. Let me give you a couple of unlucky things that can happen to you. You're at the supermarket and you're there waiting because somebody has a whole ton of stuff, right? Plus they have to come and give a card, or they have to be signing a check right there, wasting endless time. You know, not thinking and saying there's somebody else there who probably has their business to do. So you there, right, waiting. All of a sudden, one of the cashiers would just open, right, another register.
Because she's moving.
Because she just came there, and there are people now who just came at the back, and people just rushing there before you. Yeah, just rushing there before you.
That's what I find. Be, responsible, be efficient,
fair,
and so on.
Be fair. Yeah.
Look at the person who is next in line and say, "Excuse me, sir," and come over there. They're just putting it and they're accepting it.
Yeah. So just rushing.
I see that all the
right?
time.
So that's one.
I just have to shake my head for that.
Exactly. You go to the gas station, right? Now, depending on where your gas tank is, you may have to wait a little longer or whatever. So, but you're there waiting for service, and somebody comes after you, and they just happen to come at a time where another person is moving out. That's just about the bad luck thing. And here you are, you're still there waiting. Now, the person that's serving wouldn't say, "Okay, come over here, you were there before them," or something like that.
Oh,
you don't understand what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. You're saying, well, that person should move over to your lane.
No, I'm not saying they should do that. I'm just saying.
No, they should. They should move over to your lane.
You just happen that the person, they have to come at that time there while you're there waiting for the longest while.
That has happened to me as well. And I tell myself, I wonder if they are told staying on pump 1 or pump 2 and you can't go to pump 3 or 4.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm wondering if that's how it works.
And you're there for a while. You're there for a while waiting, and the person just came. They get served, and that's it.
Well, let me tell you what happened to me too, as we're talking about, and that's really good. I have to say thank you to these guys. Andre, remember? I don't know if you remember that, but let me just say that I went into my bag and I was downstairs, finished my duty upstairs, and I went downstairs and I took out my bag and it had my purse in it. Never realized that. Left here, went to the gas station and ready to pump. Told them what I want, Andre. And while they start already, looking, it's not there. Andre, it's not there. No money.
So what happened now? What you do?
Stop. Stop. The guy, he stopped. Yes, thank goodness you could stop. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm saying what happened. I pick up my phone. I call Janae. And she says, yes, it's right here. So I put it on speaker so they heard. Because I'm not lying about this. So the supervisor came, which is a female, and spoke to me. And I said, you know what? 2 things. Leave it as it is. I'm going to get back to Gabe Woods Mall and come, and I'll take the rest. I can't remember how much it was at that point. But I was putting in $100. I'm not too sure. And so she asked a couple of questions, where am I? Where do I work? And, okay, you know what? If you go ahead, but I'm just letting you know, if you don't come back and pay it, these 2 guys here will be responsible. I went back. Andre, before I could even pull up, they actually saw the vehicle and they were waving me to come to this, number, whatever it was. And they were very pleasant, very, very, very pleasant. And I paid them and what have you. But Andre, that was scary. That was really scary. This has never happened to me. So you know what I've learned since then? When you get to the gas station, Andre, before you tell them anything, hold on. Let me see if I have my money. Don't do anything before I have my money. That was scary.
All righty. Nice little story. Okay. We have to hear the Chimer stories now.
All right.
Okay, folks.
No, Facebook. Yes.
Don't forget, coming up a little later, the icing on the cake.
Oh, yes, Andre. You ready for that? Someone sent one for you on the platform. Have you seen it, Andre?
Not too sure.
Yeah, I think I forwarded it to you. I'm not sure. All right. So
I don't think you did.
Okay. I think it was yesterday. Okay, I think we have Pius as the number 1 here. Pius Nappy says, good morning. Oh, he's early today. Generally, he's not the number 1 person. Nice, Pius. And Catherine McPhee, she says, happy weekend, Andre and Lady J. Morning to you, Catherine. Andre, your friend, Catherine.
Sorry, I was just responding to a message there. Yeah. Yes. That's what happened when you wear many hats.
Yes.
Okay, well,
and
Catherine,
DK says, good Friday morning.
Okay, Catherine, good morning to you, Catherine
McPhee.
and also NDK.
Yes.
And talking about
And
Catherine, but talk about Catherine, I think Catherine, my friend, is supposed to be celebrating her birthday today, you know. I believe.
Okay, you need
I
to
believe
look
it's
for that?
today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but funny, again, her daughter didn't send the message. Maybe I'm wrong again, miss. Yeah.
Well, just say happy birthday. It's okay. Say happy
Yeah, well,
birthday
Catherine,
every day.
just in case,
Yes.
Catherine, happy birthday to you. I know she's a big follower.
Yeah.
Okay, happy birthday to you, Catherine, if it's your birthday today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but strange, her daughter didn't send me anything. Mm-hmm.
And, okay, so should I continue?
Yes, of course.
All right. So we have Francis Jules that says, good morning. Good morning. It's Friday, REV-UP family. Morning, Francis. Barbara Augustine says, just one of these days. Hey, missing my toenail on Harddrive. On Harddrive, my heart still aches. Good morning, REV-UP
Oh,
family.
Tony, talking about Tony.
Yeah, toenail.
Tony.
Tony, but she,
Yeah.
you know, you have to probably sing it the way she write it.
Mm-hmm.
Toenail.
And who's that?
Barbara Augustine.
Okay, Barbara. Mm-hmm.
Madeline is watching. Good morning, Madeline. Joan Shallery
Morning, Madeleine.
says, blessed Friday morning. Andre, beautiful Lady J, and everyone listening. She sends prayers, hearts, and kisses. Yay. Hey, Joan. And Madeline says, good morning, everybody. Have a blessed, safe weekend.
Okay,
Have a good
Madeline, thank you
weekend.
very much. Yeah.
And DK says, black eyed peas is my favorite bean.
Yes, NDK.
You and Andre can have a pot of that.
Oh, yes.
Andre, do you just eat the beans just like that, if anything?
You mean the black
With
eyed peas?
Your peas or anything, if you just eat it just like that without maybe rice.
Yes,
or-
of course.
Me too.
Yeah, for
I can
sure,
just
for
have it
sure.
just like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. She Chubb says, Andre loves compliments. LOL.
So, well, pay me one on she job. And the whole back, pay me one.
Madeline Alexander says, I like all beans. Yes.
Yes, I.
And DK says,
Good
can we
stuff.
say cocoa tea or am I too Americanized to say hot chocolate? No, but it's different, huh? To me, hot chocolate is different from cocoa tea.
Hot chocolate is like Milo.
And no, Milo is
and-
also
and,
different
and,
too.
and Ovaltine.
There's
no?
hot
Isn't that
chocolate, there's Ovaltine, and people say all of
So,
these.
wait, so the Milo and the Ovaltine, these are not
It
considered
looked like,
hot chocolate?
yeah, you could say hot chocolate for those. But to specify, I would want to know what you putting in it. If you're doing Ovaltine or if you're doing Milo or whatever. But to me, the cocoa tea is totally different. It's made different.
Yeah.
So to me, you should call it what it is, cocoa tea.
It's more like 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know
It's all
the Milo is let's be honest, it's kind of
Refined,
watered
yeah.
down. That's
Yeah.
watered down for sure. If I were to taste Milo today, maybe I'd probably like nyak.
No,
Yeah.
it's good.
It is?
Yeah.
Because to me it's like it's light, not when you
You put milk in it.
when you consider the texture of what we call the cocoa tea, the Milo is miles.
Oh,
The Milo is miles
I understand.
from that.
Miles away, yeah. Sills Rubs or Fixion says, my fellow St. Lucians, I will be in Castries to sell Fixion this morning. Oh, this morning she'll be there. Help me to keep my appointment to see my doctor in Martinique by giving me a sale, please. I thank you. Blessings always to you all. So Sills is going to be in
The
Castries.
city? The
Yeah, she's
city?
going to be in the city this morning, so she should be there by now. Okay, if you get a chance to pop up here, please do that. And DK says, I was about writing that Andre loves loafers. When we spoke about the loafers.
Oh,
He says he was about
yes,
to write
yes.
it. Yeah.
Okay, partner. Mm-hmm.
So Irene says, Andre, we always compliment you. But if you wear a tropical shirt once in a while, instead of always T-shirts, we will shout you first before Lady J surprise us.
I have to work on that, you know. Yeah.
He needs to be
I have
gifted,
to work on
Irene.
that.
Chances are he would need to be gifted.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. But thank you, Irene. Thank you very much.
And she's pretty late today. So many people be ahead of you, Irene. What happened? You fell asleep? Sills Rubs or Fixio says, again, thanks so much, Andre. Blessings always.
You're
Capital
welcome.
Always.
You're welcome. I'm taking that blessing, boy.
She Chubb says, I think Andre read that news. Anyway, She Chubb says, Andre, what do you think of the former PM of TNT, Keith Rowley, calling the now PM of Trinidad, Pamela? Yes.
They call her Jamet.
And
But
she says,
guess
now
what?
don't come for me.
But guess what? In response, Kamala Prasad Bissasa's comrades called Rowley a skunk.
Yes, I heard that.
So to me, I mean, if you take the higher ground, right? If you don't like what the guy said, you don't go trading blows, blow for blow. You just take the higher ground, say, listen, what you said there wasn't right. We won't call you any derogatory name, but they call the guy a name right away. Call him a skunk.
She didn't.
So
She didn't.
Yeah, but her supporters did. Her cabinet colleagues. So she chubbed. Well, let me ask you now. How do you think about calling Rowley a skunk?
Okay. She's still on, I guess.
Yeah.
And DK says Andre has taken care of his body, not because he wants to be, but because he wants to stay young for them. Ha ha ha. And boy, he looks young. So Andre, you have the laughter. And DK. Okay, She-Chub is responding to the Andre Loves Compliments story there. Andre, what do you think? Yeah, they're responding. She-Chub, you just not giving up. Bon.
Who said?
Irene is telling She-Chub
that she's not giving up.
Because of her asking you about TNT.
Yeah, the Jammeh thing. Yeah, boy. I think Rowley will probably get back into the politics, the way things are going there. Because remember he resigned.
But Andre, I still think it wasn't correct, no matter what, for him to call her that.
No, but the thing is, what she said, she accused him of...
I know about that.
Hold on, let me finish. She accused Dr. Rowley of taking drug money to build the P&M headquarters. That's what she said. And he said to her, where's the evidence? Where's the proof? What are you talking about there?
Stay on that track.
Right, I agree. Yeah, but think of it. The Prime Minister of the country saying that you accepted drugs money.
I know it
That's
would
a
hurt.
serious allegation.
Andre.
I mean, it would hurt.
Of course it would. It's an allegation, of course, Andre.
As a matter of fact, that guy, if that be the case,
News
if she
going
has,
all over the world.
Exactly. Another two, he's supposed to be arrested.
That's why he says, prove it.
Well, no.
Yeah,
So she shouldn't say that in the first place. I'm not saying he's right to respond in that way, because I wouldn't respond in that way. But think of it. He didn't just say that out of the clear blue sky.
In response
he was responding to a very serious, I wouldn't say allegation, accusation that the man involved in taking drugs money.
Yeah. Wow. And DK says people don't fix phones anymore.
No,
they do actually. They do.
You're going to buy one now.
You just, what's the use? Timothy Arthur is watching. Siko says good morning to everyone. Good morning. He also says AP and JD, good morning to both of you. Hey, good morning to you. And DK says, not good, Lady J. It's the law, yes, but you don't want a bad man with a vehicle and road rage to hit you. No, I am not. I hear you, but I'm not. Remember, the traffic was heavy, yeah? So I was actually, I was not driving. We had all stopped when that happened. So, yeah, but I hear you. And I think that we need to follow the laws. We do need to do that. If there is no right turn, and when in heavy traffic, follow and go left. Yeah. Arthur Charles says, good morning, folks. Today is the birthday of the following persons: Miss Eva Louis of Labrie, and President of the People's Republic of Labrie, Mr. Alpha Romanus Baptiste. Andre,
so today is
his birthday.
Albert Baptiste's birthday today? Hey, Mr. Baptiste, who's our Foreign Affairs Minister. Good morning to you, sir, wherever you may be.
Right.
I'm not sure if he's in St. Lucia celebrating his birthday, but good morning to you, sir, wherever you are. If you're listening, or if you may not be listening, I'm sure your friends and family will say that we at REV-UP gave you a huge REV-UP. So happy REV-UP to you,
From
Mr.
Albert
Baptiste.
as well.
Yes,
Also,
yes. Happy birthday, my bro.
Yeah. Also, Catherine Louis of Degazor and Claudia Enda Favre. Happy birthday, Claudia.
So it's Catherine's birthday today then?
Oh, that's the person?
Yes, that's her.
Oh, okay.
Catherine Louis Degazo. But that's strange. How come again her daughter didn't send anything? Man.
Okay, so we have Miss Eva Louis celebrating, Alva Baptiste celebrating, Catherine Louis celebrating, and Claudia Enda celebrating today. So happy birthday to all of you. And anybody else who we didn't shout out because we are not aware, if you're celebrating, happy birthday to you as well. And DK says 15 homicides already, ? Wow.
Somebody just rearranged my ignorance. And the person is right. The person said to me, Andre, it's a cotton bud. Q-tip is a brand.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Charmaine.
Yeah, that's a brand.
Yeah, for rearranging my ignorance. That is true.
You're not ignorant. Didn't you know that? You just said you made a mistake, or you didn't know that? You knew that. You just made a mistake.
The brand issue.
Yes,
I
like people
wasn't
say
thinking
breeze.
about that.
People say breeze, but it's not breeze. There's Tide. There's all kinds. Yeah. Or at one point they were saying Colgate. We have so many others, Andre.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, Andre, Jesus.
What happened now?
It's gone out.
So you didn't charge the thing?
It was charged last night. I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah. Since
but
last
it went
night
off, people. So I gotta move to the other one. Let it charge. I gotta move to the other one. Sorry, in the middle of it.
I have to laugh at that.
Well,
remember we have to make sure this thing
that was charged 100%, Andre. You probably need to charge it when you come in the morning.
We have to make sure that this thing is always charged.
Yeah, you probably have to
make sure. Okay.
You probably have to charge it in the morning
remember,
when you come.
it affects the WhatsApp platform whenever it's not charged.
Andre, you have to charge it in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, since you're the first one to come in. Yeah. All right.
I don't have enough on my plate.
I'll leave it downstairs. Let her do it. All right. So I've got to go on that while the other one is charging. No choice. Or is it? Andre, I do not believe it is. Let's see. Might be something. All right, let's go. We're on the WhatsApp platform right now. Take it from 10 o'clock. That's 10:05. It says, hello, Mr. Paul. You are doing a wonderful job. I like your program from the USVI.
Oh, thank you very much. I wonder who that is. No name?
Let me see.
No name?
It says Lancy.
Okay, Lancy. Thank you very much for the compliment. On behalf of Lady J, we accept that.
Yeah. All right. Somebody send you something here, Andre, to see above for reference, okay? And also goes further to say, Andre, I like you and I like your show, but please, you must do your research, and I don't take everything your callers, politicians, or anybody for that matter say at face value. Good
I guess it's talking about
when you talk about
what's on your mind.
Yeah.
Probably what's on your mind.
Okay, that came out after, so that should not be on this program. So let me look. Tuned in to my favorite radio station and enjoying the discussions. Have a blessed weekend, Andre and Lady J. This
no
is
name
from
again?
Bernadette Samuel.
Okay.
All right, Bernadette.
Okay.
Good morning to you.
Okay, Bernadette, thank you very much. Have yourself a nice weekend.
Good morning to Lady J and Andre. Andre Paul, I realize you had Mr. Sonson.
That's, on what's on your mind.
No, it's broken in. Hold on. I realize you had Mr. Sonson. Have you drinking liar's juice this morning? That's how she wrote it.
I think he was talking about the press conference that the United Workers' Party had, and he said that the press was not allowed to ask questions. So people challenged that and said that's not correct.
Right.
So I know Mr. Sonson is listening, and I guess he'll have to call in next week to maybe explain,
right,
or maybe apologize.
She also says there was a UWP press conference and not an opposition press conference, and questions were asked. As to the dredging of the dam and mismanagement of funds, he should be careful with his accusations, as he might. Well, she probably meant he might implicate his own. He should find out who was the chairperson of the entity at the time. A couple of mistakes there in the typing, but it's, All right, this person sent this out. All right. A lot. So when you have the long ones, it's too much to read, okay? In this short thing. Oh, this one says, oh, how I love REV-UP. Great programming. Send a little...
Thank you.
And having Lady J on board have brought more happiness to the station.
Good. And by the way, folks, there's going to be a new program starting hopefully
April.
Next month. We're still waiting, of course, as I said previously, for the Meet the Minister and the Paul Politic. I know that's in the pipeline, okay? It's just that we have to wait for them. We can't force them to start when they're not ready to start. However, there's a new program coming up called Dollars and Cents. And that's going to be addressing this issue of financing and budgeting and this sort of thing. I've been looking forward to having that program. And, things have to line up at the right time.
Right.
So the right time suddenly appeared.
It's here.
Okay, so I have a special presenter. He's a very experienced person in banking, 40 years in the banking industry and so on. He's now retired. So he'll be hosting that show coming soon to Rev Up. It's called Dollars and Cents.
All right. Sounds good.
Among other programs that we're working on.
She also says, I wish you both a wonderful weekend from Charmaine. Hi,
All right, Charmaine. Yes.
Living in the US of A. What's that? Please send to Lady J. Since you all mentioned rhythm, it will be a topic tonight. Okay, something she forwarded. I guess when we were talking about music and the rhythm and so on. So, yeah, something she forwarded. Okay. I lost 2 phones in 2 months. I suspect my voice is improving. I'll try something this year. AG. All right, AG.
As strange as it may sound, I've never lost a phone, actually.
Really?
Never lost a phone. Yeah. And losing money, I think I probably once, maybe. Once. I think I've lost some money. I think it was
Have you found?
I think like $200, something
Have
like
you
that.
ever found money? Walking?
Well, yes, of course, but nothing much.
$20?
No, I don't think I ever got that much. Maybe I don't know, maybe a $5 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody dropped that.
All right, next person says, Andre, Lady J, good morning. I have seen the police do it. Don't know what. No, Andre, he's talking about the USA bombing a children hospital in Iran on day 2 or 3 of that war. This was sent at 10:27, so it must have been something you were talking about.
I'm not sure what they're talking about. I know there's the bombing of the school. Okay? That happened for sure. So I'm not sure that's what the person referring to. I'm not sure.
But the time, Andre, it is normal behavior for women to do that.
To do that?
I don't know. Okay, that was at 9:29.
Oh, maybe about the thing about ladies kissing and so on the lips. Maybe that.
But that's today.
Maybe that.
But that's today. We didn't do kissing on the lips today.
No, I spoke about it earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on What's on Your Mind. That came up. Yeah.
Okay. He says...
So you hear that? It's normal behavior.
Great. OS, normal behavior for them to be at the... But I'm saying I've not seen it. Yeah. Great OSJ. I don't know what that is. Young hearts run free. It's my Air One this morning.
That's the song you were talking about.
Yeah, okay, great. Continue to speak on the issues, Andre.
Definitely, I will.
Thumbs up.
Once I'm not telling lies, I'm not being disrespectful, right? Because when I come there, I come with my facts.
Right, yeah. Still your opinion sometimes, yeah? Hearts from Sylvester. Joseph Sylvester, he sent a heart. Well, you only send one heart, so I guess that's for me alone?
I guess so.
Or is
not
that
for me?
I have to share that with Andre
Not
because
for
you only
me.
send one heart.
Not for me.
But thank you.
Yeah.
And I think Andre said that I may have been listening. Unfortunately, my daughter called me while I was in the vehicle. So I did not hear your compliments, but I appreciate it so much, Joseph Sylvester. And
he
died. Oh
gentleman.
my goodness. I was coming and I heard he was in the hospital.
Who?
Martial arts and actor Chuck Norris dies, age 86.
You kidding me?
When I was coming here, they were saying he had to be rushed to hospital last night and he's in good spirits.
Yeah, that's what...
But this person is saying that he died. So we need to follow up on that for
That's
sure.
what I read this morning for sure.
Please try to pull it up while we're here.
Yeah, that he was in good spirits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just while we're here,
boy,
still on radio.
Live
86 years old, yeah. Blessed Friday, Lady J and Andre Paul and everyone listening. Do have a favorable weekend. Yeah. Thank you. Let me see who this is in the meantime. That's A.D. Daniel. And she says, Lady J, you can put some cash at the back of your phone or somewhere in the car. I always check and double check if my wallet is in my bag for leaving. I always check and double check if my wallet is in my bag before leaving home. I think you need to put the word before there. Yes.
Yeah. So it's all over the place. Hey,
Oh, wow.
he died.
Sorry to hear that.
Imagine that. You see?
Great actor.
You see the same thing? You see, I tell you, I do not know why the people do this thing, right? You have doctors and so on, always there trying to hide something. Say the guy was, I saw what I read this morning, he's in good spirits.
But
That's
maybe
what they said.
when he got into the hospital. Maybe he was in good spirits, Andre, and he took a turn for the worse. You know, yeah, sad, really sad. Good morning, Andre and Lady J. Greetings to all REV-UP family and Teacher Jean. Good morning, Teacher Jean, and good morning to this person. That's Andre. Teacher Jean is say good morning to herself.
Oh, okay. Good morning, Teacher Jean.
It is from Teacher Jean, and I'm checking.
I
Coco,
used to.
not Coco. She says the name is Coco, not cocoa tea or hot chocolate. I don't know. So why you say cocoa? Don't you say cocoa tea if it's tea?
So she's saying it's not cocoa tea. That's
It's
interesting.
Just cocoa?
That's interesting.
Hot chocolate is hot chocolate, but cocoa tea is, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Somebody else is showing Chuck Norris here and putting it as breaking news. Chuck Norris has died, age 86. Yes.
I like his
Passed away on
I like
March
his
19th.
movies. I like his
Loved it.
movies.
Yeah.
I've seen quite a few of them actually. Yeah, action star. I think to me the best one was when I don't remember the name of that movie. Maybe somebody can say exactly what it is. Where I think some guys kidnap some people on an aircraft, and I think he has to go to get into the aircraft to fight them or whatever. And the acting was pretty good in that. The guys who were playing the bad boys. Yeah, the acting was really, really good. I forgot what that movie was called, but somebody might.
I forget the name of the movies too, but to me, the one where he that had the rat in his mouth? Or Rambo? Which one of them? I think it was him.
I think it was him.
That's the movie I like.
I think it was him.
When they think he's gone because it's not shaking anymore.
Yes,
and
yes.
They took out the bag.
Oh, yeah, they had. I think they suspended him upside down or whatever with his legs.
Movie that was.
Yes. Yeah,
that was shaking and shaking and shaking and went still.
Yeah.
And then they took it out thinking
they'd break him. They're trying to break his spirit.
Yeah.
But
he bit the thing.
Oh, Delta Force. Somebody
That's
just said
the
one I'm talking about. The one I'm talking
Delta
about.
Force. Okay.
Delta Force.
Yeah.
That's a very good movie.
Very good movie.
Thank you very much,
He was
Shaima.
good. He was
Thank
good.
you very much. Yeah, that was a cool movie, man. Thank you. That was a very good movie. As I
All
said,
his movies,
the bad boys in that, the guys who played the bad boys, they did a great. The acting was superb. Yeah.
And he also did the series, Texas Ranger.
And the movie
like
you're talking about, Missing in Action.
Missing in Action.
Thank you, Chimas.
Yeah.
Wait.
They're
Our
on
people
the ball.
wait. Our people, we're not playing, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And the Texas Rangers, Andre, remember the gentleman that was starring alongside him? The colored guy? He died. He passed away already. Yes, he passed away already. All right, this person says, good morning, Lady J and Mr. Paul. Oh, that's another Sylvester saying that.
You know what I'm going to do when I get home later today? I think I'll go on
for his
YouTube and
movies?
watch the Delta Force. Yeah, I'll go watch that. Yeah,
Action movies that you want to see over and over. Yeah.
And watch Delta Force. That's a good movie.
Top
Yeah.
man.
Julian, thank you very much, partner. and others who chimed in. Thank you. Yeah. Arthur
Okay.
Charles is saying, Andre, ICE is making a mess in St. Croix.
Wow. Andre, we are going to replace Dr. Girard. Who is that?
Replace Dr. Girard. I'm not
It's
sure.
spelled Girrad.
I'm not sure
This
what the
is
person is referring to.
Well, this came in it's a Vel, and this came in at 10, at our time, 11 something. So I don't know. 11:20. Yes, 11:20. Delta Force. Somebody saying Delta Force to you from Antigua. Responding to Delta
Yeah, that's
Force.
Julian.
Okay.
Okay, so you're almost ready to call it a day?
Yeah, you don't want
It's
me
already,
to go back on.
it's almost 11:30 already.
Okay. Why are you smiling?
You have no mercy for me, Lily J.
I don't know.
The longer I
I
stay
mean-
here, the more you love it.
Well, if it's exciting, then why not? But if it was terrible, Andre, it's like, when is Andre going
Gonna
to finish?
stop.
When does he leave?
Let's finish it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Alrighty, so coming up a little later, I think around midday today, Lady J, you said you'll be having that interview with your lovely daughter.
Yes, at 12 o'clock today. She's going to be talking about the upcoming auditions on Sunday for the regional pageants. The young ladies will be coming to audition, so we can select at least 3 or 4 of them for pageants for the rest of the year, starting from June right through until December.
Okay, so that's coming up at midday today, right here on Rev Up St. Lucia. Lady J will continue being with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon on the Rev Up Center. Then from 3 it's going to be Zen the DJ until 6. However, at 4 o'clock, we have the Rev Up St. Lucia Top 10 Homegrown. Okay, Rev Up St. Lucia Top 10 Homegrown, hosted by Zen the DJ from 4 to 4:30. I know all the artists in St. Lucia, those who send us the music and everything, they want to know what's up with the charts as to where they stand and so on. So that show is, well, the whole idea, again, we have to say it's Tony or Toenail. These are his ideas, right? And I remember I said to Tony, Tony, how are we going to maintain that show? Because most of the St. Lucian artists produce music at Christmas time, during the carnival season. Yeah. And he said, no, they will produce that. The fact that the show is going to be on, they will produce. I said, all right, let's see what happens. And so said, so done. There's a lot of music now being, and listen, good, really good stuff.
And of course,
produced.
Remind them, Andre, that if they want their music to get onto the charts, that they have to send it to us. That's one. And two, they have to also try and request it. So the more it plays, the more the chances are of it getting into top 10. Yes,
and we're planning to have a certain place on our platform that you can send the songs right there. We're planning to do that. In fact, we've been talking about that for a while. Very so that should be, our trusty engineer is supposed to be working on that. So hopefully he'll have that soon for us. Yeah. Okay, so it won't be difficult. You may have to get my number or get Lady J's number. There's a certain point, a central location. Right. And you can, we have an address and you send the stuff there. So you'll be hearing your music, all right? But honestly, I'm telling you, there's a lot of good stuff coming from St. Lucia. And not only from St. Lucia, we have St. Lucians who are living in the diaspora and producing good music, quality. Man. So bravo, all around. Okay, so it's now time for the icing on the cake. Can we go, Lady J?
Yes.
All right, so now we have, my good friend Donald Trump, okay? He doesn't know how to behave himself. He just doesn't know how to behave himself. And so far, I don't think anybody knows how to make him behave, right? It doesn't seem so. Because he says things like, I do what I want. I listen to myself, right? And I'll take Cuba, all the talk. So anyway, since I think most of us can't figure out how to make him behave himself, the Nigerians, right, figured out a way, to make him behave himself. So I will not say anything. I'll allow the Nigerians to tell you exactly what it is that they are going to do.
And make sure you say Black McCandy. Make sure you say that, Andrew, before you drop it.
So I'm going to drop it right now. Let's hear what the Nigerians are going to do to deal with Donald Trump.
Mr. Donald Trump, let me be aware that Nigeria is not Vietnam. Nigeria is not Afghanistan. Nigeria is not Iraq. Nigeria is not Iran. Nigeria is not Venezuela. If you attempt to encourage and make aggression and send your armed forces to Nigeria to wage war, it's an unscrupulousness. But be aware that our mosquitoes, they are waiting for your soldiers to bite them and infect them with malaria fever to die instantly.
I thought it was some big thing he was talking about.
Give him mosquitoes in his skin. Give him mosquitoes in his skin.
Mr. Donald Trump, let me be aware that Nigeria is not Vietnam. Nigeria is not Afghanistan. Nigeria is not Iraq. Nigeria is not Iran. Nigeria is not Venezuela. If you attempt to encourage and make aggression and send your armed forces to Nigeria to wage war, it's an unscrupulousness. But be aware that our mosquitoes, they are waiting for your soldiers to bite them and infect them with malaria fever to die instantly.
I wish you had said the bees, but instead of mosquitoes. Please, what the mosquitoes can do? Come on, talk about the bees and sting them with those bees. Yeah.
I wish I could send that for.
funny.
I wish I could send that for Donald Trump.
Andre.
I wish I had him on WhatsApp or Facebook or something. Yes,
You have him on Facebook. You have him.
Okay, folks, we gotta wrap it up. This has been another
Weekend.
another
come in.
week of Harddrive. Another weekend is upon us once again. And remember, folks, life is very, very short. Okay? So enjoy the weekend. Do stuff that's going to make you feel happy. But always remember to exercise due care, caution, and consideration, right, for your neighbors. So make sure, as
Say
best
that
as you
once
can,
again. Care.
due care. Yeah.
What else?
Consideration.
See?
What is it? Due care, consideration,
Caution.
and caution. Yes.
Wow, Andre. Were you
Yeah.
thinking CCC?
Yeah, no, actually, I wasn't thinking of
Very
that at
good.
all. Yeah. So, and do the best that you can to ensure you stay on this side of life,
Yeah.
because there's nothing there in that other world. There's no. When I say nothing, meaning it being dead. So I'm not
Can't
saying
come back.
I'm not
Can't come
saying that you have complete control over these things, but I'm saying just do your best to ensure that you're safe and you're all right,
And
that
you remain on planet Earth for a while.
exactly for a little
Yeah.
while longer.
Yeah.
Because it's a short stint here, very, very short. And every time Lady J, I think of my brother's death and so on, I realize how vulnerable
all are.
I am. You understand?
We all are.
Yeah. Because
And people don't realize that. So they're always looking for trouble or whatever.
exactly.
Not realizing that they're the ones dropping. Same ones looking for trouble. They're the ones dropping.
Yeah.
So yes, peace, as Andre says, and have a great weekend from both Andre and myself. And of course, we love you.
So this has been Harddrive, brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Randallie's Funeral Parlor, we strive to bring you and your family the highest level of comfort, absolute satisfaction, and peace of mind during your most sorrowful time of need.
Our professional standards and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Ram Valley's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, her services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keyrings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Ram Valley's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.
From coast to coast,
I would love to hear it.
we're revving up the airwaves
Are you sleeping?
on 95.9 FM, the Alpha of Radio.